François Isaac de Rivaz was an inventor and a politician. He invented a hydrogen-powered internal combustion engine with electric ignition and described it in a French patent published in 1807. In 1808 he fitted it into a primitive working vehicle, the world's first internal combustion-powered automobile. Biography. Isaac was born in Paris to a family from Valais. In 1763 the family settled in Moutiers in Savoy. The last two boys, and Joseph and Isaac, came to settle in Saint-Gingolph in Valais. It is not known at which schools he studied, but he became fluent in Latin plus mastering mathematics and geometry, whilst continuing his study of mechanics throughout his life. He qualified as both a sovereign notary and worked from the state of Valais. Isaac had many interests plus an intuitive and extremely curious mind which was driven by the demon of discovery. His experimental work was overflowing. He experimented with steam-powered vehicles in the late 18th century. He also studied the ignition of combustible gases. Internal combustion engine. After retirement from the army, living in Switzerland, he invented a primitive internal combustion engine which he constructed in 1807. It was powered by a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen manually, ignited by electric spark, but the engine neither involved the in-cylinder compression, the crank, nor the connecting rod. A year later, Isaac built an early automobile for his new engine to power. His engine was never commercially successful. Alternative claims for internal combustion engines. Coincidentally, in 1807 Lycée for NIE Acute PCE installed his MOS, coal dust and resin-fueled pyrolysis for internal combustion engine in a boat and powered up the River Seine in France to be granted a patent by the Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte. The discrete, virtually simultaneous implementations of these two designs of internal combustion in different modes of transport means that the de Rivaz engine can be correctly described as the world's first use of an internal combustion engine in an automobile, whilst the pyrolysis was the world's first use of an internal combustion engine in a ship. Although de Rivaz's early work is credited as the first use of the internal combustion engine in an automobile, the further development and mass production of the invention never truly began until the late 19th century. In 1824, the French physicist Nicolas Léonard Sadi-Carnot scientifically established the thermodynamic theory of idealized heat engines. This highlighted the shortcoming of these pioneering designs, whereby they needed a compression mechanism to increase the difference between the upper and lower working temperatures and potentially unlock sufficient power and efficiency. Gasoline was not used for internal combustion engines until 1870 when carburetors were invented to convert non-combustible liquid fuels into a combustible gaseous mixture form.